Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell. Get all the updates. You'd think I'd have it down by now. It's Saturday. On Saturdays, I do Cellar Saturday, where I actually drink something from these shelves. And being December, I thought I should start doing some Christmas beers. So this is Mad Elf from 2015. I'm going to predict, because this is usually what happens, that the cherry has fallen off. Mad Elf is an ale brewed with honey and cherries. It says Happy Holidays, 11% ABV. Troegs, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Although they might have, are they? No, they're still there, right? Because isn't their brewery? Yeah, is right by Hershey Park. Yeah, like I said, 2015, which I wrote on the side so I wouldn't forget. Yeah, let's get into it. Proper glassware, so you know it's going to taste better. This is the original logo, which matches the glassware, and it's the one I'm the biggest fan of. Although their new rebranding I do like. I had two of these 2015s. They're the oldest ones I have too. So I'm like, you know what? It just makes too much sense not to drink one. Oh man, I poured that exactly up to the line that they put on here for 0.3 liter. I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, it has a very light red crimson color, definitely some orange mixed in there, a little bit brown dead center. The head initially was probably about a finger, maybe a little less. It is going down. It's a little darker than khaki, compact bubbles, almost creamy looking. Definitely looks how I want it to. See about the aroma. I actually get a decent amount of cherry still. There is this nice sweetness. It's not medicinal, but you're approaching medicinal. I'll put it that way. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm pretty shocked that I'm getting this much cherry out of it. It's like straight cherry juice. A little bit of grape juice. That Belgian base, it's kicking out like some grape juice like I get in Belgian style quads sometimes. And there is this nice sweetness. I hate to say honey because I know there's honey in it, but it is kind of reminiscent of like a honey smell. Man, yeah, that cherry and grape for days. I actually love this aroma, like caramel, but different than some of the like bourbon barrel aged stouts where I've been getting caramel. It's interesting how I'm using the same descriptor, but they are different from one another. And maybe the illusion of some baking spices. Smells fantastic. Like I'm like really impressed with this aroma. See about the taste. Cheers. The cherry is faded for sure. I'm kind of surprised that it has this much left, but it is definitely way less than fresh. You're definitely getting, just like I was saying, the aroma, this Belgian yeast. You get some of that brown bread. There is sweetness to it, but there is this like savory molasses, which is that brown bread piece. That kicks in, so it's not like overly sweet. Like you get that nice sweetness up front, and then a little bit more of like almost savory, somewhat dry, but it's not like a super dry beer. Don't get me wrong. Follows the aroma pretty well with that cherry and grape mix. And yeah, like does this have spices or not? You kind of see why, and is it ale with spices? Just says ale brewed with honey and cherries. It's you can see why breweries like Ommegang will add spices to their Belgian style beers, because sometimes those beers naturally are kicking out flavors like it, and then they're just trying to give it a little bit more oomph with those natural ingredients. So you can kind of see in a beer like this where it's like, oh yeah, I see why people add something like a little bit of cinnamon or clove to a beer like this. So it has like whispers, or maybe not even whispers, like echoes. I don't think they're there, but like it's like, but is it there? I mean, the big takeaway for me is it's still drinking delicious. deliciously. But the fact that it has any cherry left is kind of blowing my mind. A little bit of orange peel also, which is pleasant. Yeah. I did a vertical once with a bunch of other people because this is a higher ABV beer. And like we just, as we were going down the line, I forget which direction we went, newest, like freshest to oldest or oldest to freshest. But like it was so clear, beer by beer, vintage by vintage, you were losing cherry. So I think that's why like after 6 years, I'm like, I thought at that point you didn't really get any cherry. So yeah, well done. It held up. Delicious beer. Have you had this beer before? Have you had anything from Troegs lately? Are you sipping on a different Christmas beer you want to tell me about? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.